Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radhe
Jaya Radha Ras Bihari Radhe
Jaya Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
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 Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
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 Jaya Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Vishnupad Paramsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtatrasata Srimadesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Dastakur Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Mathura Dham Ki Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Purushottam Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Buddhist Program Ki Shri Shri Radha Ras Bihari Lalita Vishaka Ki Shri Shri Siddharama Shulman Ki Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Anantakoti Vaishnavavrinda Ki all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text number 24, 1.8.24. Vishan Mahagne Purushada Darshanan Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krishrataha Mrude Mrudene Kamaharatasrato Dronastra Chasma Hare Virakshitaha विशान महाग्ने पुरुषाद दर्शनात् असत् सभायां मनवास कृष्णतः मृदे मृदेनेक महारथस्त्रतो द्रोणस्त्र चास्मा हरेभिरक्षितः। बोलिए। Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. My dear Krishna, your Lordship has protected us from a poison cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from sufferings during our exile in the forest, and from the battle where great generals fought. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwathama. The list of dangerous encounters is submitted herein. Devaki was once put into difficulty by her envious brother. Otherwise she was well. But Kunti Devi and her sons were put into one difficulty after another. They were put into trouble by Duryodhana and her party due to the kingdom, and each and every time the sons of Kunti were saved by the Lord. Once Bhima was administered poison in a cake. Once they were put into house made of shellac and set afire. And once Draupadi was dragged out and attempts were made to insult her by stripping her naked in the vicious assembly of the Kurus. The Lord saved Draupadi by supplying an immeasurable length of cloth, and Duryodhana's party failed to see her naked. Similarly, when they were exiled in the forest, Bhima had to fight with the man-eater demon Hidimbi Rakshasa, but the Lord saved him. So it was not finished there. After all these tribulations, there was a great battle of Kurukshetra, and Arjuna had to meet such great generals as Drona, Bhishma and Karna, all powerful fighters. And at last, even when everything was done away with, there was the Brahmastra released by the son of Dronacharya to kill the child within the womb of Uttara. And so the Lord saved the only surviving descendant of the Kurus, Maharaj Parikshit. Om Ajnanatimirindasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunamitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Dhamaya Sadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Rupa Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sagala Gunatantam Vansajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Vaijana Charitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Savana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vipansya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishamanusute Devi Pranami Haripriye Mancha Kalpata Udyasya Kripa Sindhudya Evacha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
So, last week we discussed how Arjuna learned. Our old devotees came after 1 year. Welcome back. एक साल हो गया? 6. You are hearing the lectures or not? So then we discussed about there is one stupid lady, Ratna Pataksha, Nasiruddin Shah's wife. There is a small clip I was watching. She was how they urban Naxals, how they screw out the meaning. He's saying that what we learn from Arjuna, they seeing only the bird's eye. That means he is missing out the bird, he is missing out all the people, he is missing out the tree. Like that she was talking. Have you seen that? Anybody seen the clip? Instagram mein? How dare, I was shocked. Then there is one more clip. There is one lady who won the shooting medal. कौन है? Olympics she won the shooting medal. Somebody anyway. She was saying that I read Bhagavad Gita. So I learned from Krishna's teachings that Krishna is teaching that concentrate on your work. Don't worry about the result. So that's why I was simply concentrating on how to shoot. I'm not worried, whether I will come first or second or whatever. So like that, So now we are entering a new chapter. So after that we learned, we thoroughly discussed about Ekalavya. I hope everybody is clear. Ekalavya? You are not there, I think. So, but still, Ekalavya, he should be appreciated for his ekagrata and dhrudha nishchay for learning. So he was actually Rakshasa category, so we should not admire him too much. So now their education was finished. Then Arjuna was declared. Dronacharya was satisfied that Arjuna will be known as Sarvashrestha Dhanurudhar. Then one day Dronacharya called Arjuna, said, "My dear son, I will give you something which I have not given to anybody else. Complete. So Brahmastra I will teach you. Prayoga and Upasamhara. Both I will teach you." Right? Prabhupada many times writes in the purport, this Brahmastra is like atom bomb. But there is a difference, that this Brahmastra, with it, you can actually specifically hit somebody. Or even if you release, somebody releases, somebody can withdraw. Somebody can withdraw. Not like this at a moment. So, this Dronacharya specifically instructed that don't use this Brahmastra on common people. Only in extraordinary circumstances, you should use this. The commentator says, why did he teach then to Arjuna Brahmastra, and later on he obtained all Divyastras, Pashupatastra and Aindrastra, all astras he received. But Krishna also told Arjuna later on that there is, maybe you don't have to use it, but still you should have them, Divyastras. That's why Arjuna did tapasya and got, but he never used them like that. So the commentator says, when you learn Brahmastra, there is mantra connected to that astra. So you chant that mantra. On a regular basis, they have to chant these mantras. Right? Karna forgotten that mantra, right? Forgotten. So, but Arjuna did not forget. So by chanting those mantras, their power increases otherwise. And then they become more and more divine. Like that. So that is why Dronacharya, even though he taught Brahmastra to Ashwatthama, he didn't teach him fully. He didn't teach him fully. That's why in the end, when the Ashwatthama released the Brahmastra, Vyasadeva and all, they came and told him, please withdraw. He said, I don't know how to withdraw. And Arjuna withdrew. Right? People, they ask why Krishna is partial to Arjuna. Right? Because Arjuna has special qualities. Krishna says to Maharaj Prithu that Varam yad kanchana manavendro vrinitsva nahum gunashila yantritaha namam gunashila yantritaha naham makairi sulabai tapobhyaha, then yogair samachitta vritti. So he says that my dear Manavendra, my dear Prithu Maharaj, I am very attracted to you because of your wonderful qualities. I am not satisfied. Makhair means yajnas. Right? Then Sulabai and Tapobhir. I am not satisfied by tapasya. I am not satisfied by practicing this vrata and that vrata. I am not satisfied by yoga and all. But I am satisfied with you because you have developed samadrushti. Okay? So when we develop samadrushti, Krishna will be very pleased. Right? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Sunicheva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Next verse, Yehai Hit Jitas Sarga Esham Samya Sthidam Manha Nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahman tishtati. Somebody who has developed sameness and equanimity he conquered birth and death in this life itself. Yahai here Jita Sarga. Yaha means in this world only you can conquer birth and death. And then Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. You will become flawless like Brahman. When you develop sameness and equanimity. Right? That quality attracts Krishna. Like that, Arjuna developed so many good qualities. That's why Krishna is attracted to Arjuna. If you want to attract Krishna, we also have to develop good qualities. Not that Prabhuji, I am very fallen. Prabhupada said, don't remain fallen. Prabhupada said, Prabhupada, I am very fallen. Prabhupada said, don't remain fallen. Like that, if somebody has bad quality, weakness and all, Krishna is not attracted. He may give you compassion and say, okay, he may allow us to practice Krishna consciousness. But you cannot attract Krishna by our weakness. If you have bad qualities and bad habits, and if you are breaking regulatory principles, and if you are not following strictly, then we cannot attract Krishna. Please remember this. The fallen people, okay, Krishna may show compassion and allow you to practice Krishna consciousness. That is Karuna, Krishna's Karuna. But he will allow you to practice Krishna consciousness. But by practicing Krishna consciousness, you should develop good qualities. Right? That is very important. Prabhupada writes in the purport that somebody who has developed sameness and equanimity, he neither becomes joyful when he obtains something nice, nor he is not disappointed when he loses something, he doesn't lament. Prabhupada says Krishna is like that. He is free from lamentation and joyfulness when something is obtained. When a person follows Krishna, and he also becomes free from these two things. Don't become joyful when something good happens, and don't lament and something distressful thing happens. Right? If you keep on crying all the time, you cannot attract Krishna. Krishna says, "Rotlu hai." Right? Rotlu, you cannot attract Krishna. So this Arjuna attracted Krishna. That's why because of this, because of his chanting all these mantras, and he became purified, and he was exhibiting wonderful qualities. So later on, Dronacharya and Bhishma Dev, they have actually decided Kumara Astravidya Pradarshana. Okay, it is only actually it started. Their intentions were only to whoever, whatever, just like exam. You write an exam and then you show whatever you learned. Not that that these guys, then everybody has to come forward, and they have to show what all they learned. Then Bhimsen, by the time Bhimsen became a youth, and he came, catching hold of his gada. So when he has got, already obtained 10,000 elephant strength. Huge strength he has got. So when he was walking, catching hold of, carrying the gada, the earth started trembling. And then all the people were terrible, wonderful. They felt wonderful, wondered in how such a great, Balavan is coming. Right? Balavan is coming. Then he started showing his gada. When when they started appreciating the Gada Pravinyam of Gada Pravinyam of Bhimsen, Duryodhana became very envious. Then he also said, I also know. Then he entered. Then both of them started fighting with each other. Duryodhana was very angry and envious of Bhimsen. Then actually it's only for exhibiting one's kala, but both of them started fighting. Then it became such a ferocious fighting that Bhishma and Dronacharya felt that this is not good. You should stop this. Then they sent Ashwatthama and he said, this is Guru Ajna, that immediately you should stop this. Then they controlled themselves, their anger. And then they withdrew. Then Arjuna started exhibiting this color. He is a Savyasachi. Savyasachi. Savyasachi means he can release arrows with both his hands. Then he was standing on the horse and then he was releasing arrows. And then creating such a beautiful hue and showing. In this sabha, Kunti Devi also was there. Kunti Devi or Gandhari, Dushchala, and then all these queens and all, they were, so far nobody was married. They were all sitting separately in a balcony. At that time, a very beautiful and handsome person appeared. Right? Then he declared that I can also show all these things, all this vidya, like that. As soon as he entered, Kunti recognized, "Ye to mera beta hai." Then she started crying. Right? She started crying. तो मातृ प्रेम वात्सल्यम तो होता ही है because how she recognized her couch kundali. Nobody has that, couch kundali. Then nobody knew who was he. Right? He was not among Kshatriyas. Then Arjuna neglected him. As soon as Karna gave takkar to Arjuna, Duryodhana thought, wow, I got somebody who can actually, because even though Bhima is very powerful, Duryodhana was very confident that I am more, powerful, I am more expert in Gada Yuddha, than Bhima. I can take care of Bhima. But what to do with this Arjuna? There is nobody in the camp of Kauravas to compete with Arjuna. So expert, like that. So they went. Then he immediately said, "So please come, accept my friendship. Friendship out of matlabi dosti hai, right? It's not that he has got love for some. How can he have love for somebody? It's not some love at first sight, right? लड़की को देखेगा तो love at first sight बोल सकते, ये तो लड़का है. But he thought, somebody who can, powerful like Arjuna, I can put him up, opposite Arjuna, like that. Then Karna and Arjuna, they started, there is a Dvandva Yuddham, fighting. Right? So, Vyasadeva poetry we can see here. Tatasa vidyut stanitaihi sendra yudha purogamaihi Avritam gaganam meghai balaka pankti hasibihi. When both are fighting, it looked like, there are black clouds and there is thundering, electricity. Then, like vidyut bolte hain. And the entire Akash was covered with black clouds. And then there is rainbow also, Indradhanush also. At the same time, sun has arisen. Sun was seen. Is it possible? Huh? Is it possible? What is the meaning of? Huh? What is the meaning of this verse? Because Indra's son Arjuna and Surya's son Karna, both of them are fighting. So both of them came. Indra came. So Indra means he is the giver of rains. And then sun god. Sun god wanted to see his son's fight abilities. And Indra wanted to see his son's fight. So both of them appeared. So Indra appeared with black clouds and thundering and electricity, vidyut and all. Then rainbow also. And then Surya also appeared. So when Surya is there, when Surya appears, there is no question of all this. When sun is seen, no question of black clouds and all. It just shatters. But here it's a beautiful scene was there. It's looked like both of them have appeared. Meghachayopa godastu tato drishyatah falguna suryatapa parikshipta karnopi samadrishyatah. So under the shadow of clouds, Arjuna is there. And then Karna was looking like Suryakanti Kirana. Right? So, actually, it's not that Indra and Surya, they were enemies. Like that. It's not that Karna and Arjuna could be enemies, because both are the sons of Kunti only. But by the arrangement of Krishna, Karna was sent to Duryodhana's camp, because if Duryodhana had to enter the war, then he should have that assurance that somebody is there to counter Arjuna. That is why purposefully Krishna has sent Karna to the camp of Duryodhana. So when the fight was going on, ferocious fight was going on, Krupacharya came and asked, the Dvandva Yuddham should take place among the equal categories, people. So Arjuna is a Kshatriya. Who are you? Karna said, I am Sutaputra. Then Ashwatthama said, you have no qualification to fight with Arjuna. Get out. Right? Caste feeling. Then Duryodhana immediately got out. That somebody who is showing Kshatriya qualities, he should be recognized as Kshatriya. Why are you discriminating? So here actually, that is why Krishna said, Evam parampara praptam, imam rajarshiyo viduhu, sakale nehamata, yoganasta parantapa. This contamination of accepting somebody Brahmana, somebody Kshatriya, somebody Sudra by birth started from there. That's why Krishna said, this parampara is getting lost, because this contamination has entered. That's it. Actually, Karna should have been accepted as Kshatriya because he was showing equal ability, equal talent like Arjuna. But Krupacharya and all, they said no, because you are born in a Sutta family, you are a Sutta. So this is where caste system is entered. Birth, Brahmin by birth. What is a Brahmana? Brahmana means Anagha. Anagha means sinless. Sinless. So somebody is sinful, he cannot be Brahman. गुटखा खाएगा, पान खाएगा, सिगरेट पिएगा, ब्राह्मण नहीं बन जाता. राइट? दारू पिएगा. Then Hare Krishna. Then Duryodhan got up. Okay, you want like that? I am declaring now that Karna will be enthroned as Angaraj. At that instant, they did Abhishek and all. They declared him as Angaraj. The question arises, did he have a right to anoint him as a king? Because Duryodhan was not a king. And that kingdom did not belong to Duryodhan. That kingdom did not belong to Dhritarashtra Maharaj. Right? Dhritarashtra Maharaj. But Duryodhan declared. It's called mafia, First mafia don. Duryodhan. So the commentators say, Yudhishthira Maharaj kept quiet. He didn't protest. Because Udatta Purusha, magnanimous person. Right? हम सीट के लिए ट्रेन में सीट के लिए लड़ते हैं ना, मेरा सीट है, छोटी छोटी बात के लिए लड़ते हैं. लेकिन युधिष्ठिर महाराज he kept quiet. That is why Krishna said in 10th canto Bhagavatam, Yudhishthira, I am very attracted to you. Like that. When Dronacharya was studying in Gurukul, he had a friend, Panchal Raj, Drupadi. They were very, very good friends. So Drupad Maharaj declared before, then when they finished their education, I treat you equally with me. Whatever I have, half of it belongs to you. Like that. He's a bacha, student. He promised. Then after the education is over, he went back and he became a king. So when Dronacharya was seeing, how Ashwatthama was struggling to have that milk and his wife had to cheat him, atta ka powder mila ke, pani pila rahe. He is thinking, saying that it is doodh. So Dronacharya thought, let me go and ask my friend Drupad to give something. Right? When Dronacharya went and met Drupad Maharaj, then he reminded him of his promise. And then he said, give me something, give me Adraj. Then Drupad Maharaj said, what nonsense, You know? Friendship and marriage should take place among equals. Right? That's why marriage also. Family should be equal, you know. Yeah. This nonsense they show. Rich man marrying a poor girl and then rich girl marrying a poor man. It's all nonsense, They will never survive. Such marriages never survive. Right? अपने औकात में रह के शादी करना चाहिए, राइट? अपना औकात को नहीं भूलना चाहिए, अपना सपना नहीं देखना चाहिए राजकुमार आएगा। There is a joke, अपने औकात से बढ़कर सुंदर लड़की को शादी करेगा तो रोटी तो बनाना ही पड़ेगा। उतना ही नहीं, पाँव दबाना तो पूछना ही का नहीं, पूछना क्या, राइट? औकात के बाहर। सो द्रुपद महाराज वांट द्रोणाचार्य अपने औकात में रहो, राइट? सो Dronacharya, he is a Brahmana and Drupad Maharaj is a Kshatriya, right? So Dronacharya felt, I should not allow my friend to go back, because that time Satya, truthfulness is given so much importance. He had given his word. I should make sure that he fulfills his word. Otherwise, he will go to hell. Krishna says in Harivansh Purana to Maharaj Bhishmaka, he didn't call Krishna for Swayamvaram. So he was saying, I wanted to call you. He was expressing sorry. Then Krishna was very angry. He said, Bhishmaka, Maharaj, don't tell lies. You didn't want to call me. Then he told, when somebody tells lies, all his punya gets burnt. Right? Krishna says in Harivansh Purana. So Dronacharya did not want Drupad Maharaj to be known as, he to gone back on his word. Like that. Then, after this Astra Vidya's Pradarshana, Dronacharya called all his disciples. Then said, I want a very unique Guru Dakshina. Then everybody asked, what do you want? Duryodhana and all said, how many ratnas you want, how many diamonds you want, how many cows you want, what all you want? Dronacharya said, I don't want all these things. He said, what? I want that you go and fight with Drupad Maharaj and don't kill him. You have to bring him, make him a bandi, and then bring him to me. Please remember, you cannot kill him. You have to arrest him and bring him. Who will go first? Dronacharya said, Duryodhana will go first. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, थोड़ा उसका मन में दुख हो गया. अरे Guru Maharaj, how I am elder, you should have sent me. We could have fulfilled his desire. We could have fulfilled his desire. He was feeling sad, He was a little upset and hurt. Dronacharya told him, don't worry. One more lesson is left to be learned by Duryodhana. Let him go first. So Duryodhana, he went along with his Kuru army, Kuru Sena, to fight with Drupad Maharaj. करना हमेशा डिंगे मारता रहता है हमेशा, ये करूँगा वो करूँगा। दुर्योधन भी प्रत्यंचा चढ़ा दूंगा उसका जीव को, क्योंकि अर्जुन सेंट ए वेरी स्ट्रांग मैसेज, देन ही सेड अर्जुन का जीव को प्रत्यंचा चढ़ा दूंगा, ऐसा ऐसा डिंगे मारते थे। All the 100 sons, and then along with this Kuru Sena, they went and attacked Panchal Desh. Drupad Maharaj is very strong king, very strong king. And then he easily defeated all of them and then chased them away. Chased them away. Then Duryodhan, they all came back. Bhimsen, he don't leave a chance to ridicule. अच्छा गुरु दक्षिणा दे के आया। पूंछ को पैर के पीछे केप्ट पीछे लेके आ गया, ऐसा। Then Dronacharya said, Yudhishthira Maharaj, please go now. So Dronacharya asked, would you go take Kuru Sena with you? Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no, I will not. This Guru Dakshina is by us, not by Kuru Rajya. So I have no right to take Kuru Sena with me. We 5 brothers will. This is our Guru Dakshina, not Kuru Rajya's Guru Dakshina. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, this is, your education is complete now. Right? So Duryodhan, what he wanted to teach, he told that in a fight anything can happen, right? In a cricket match or in a fight anything can happen, right? When India scored only 160 runs or something, 150 runs in 83 World Cup, West Indies they thought it's a cakewalk, right? Cakewalk, ऐसा बाएं हाथ का खेल है Indian attack, because they were scoring 250, 300 runs like that. They have Viv Richards and all. But Kapil's Devils, you never know, That's why the basic lesson is never underestimate your enemy. Anything can happen. Right? So Duryodhan thought, we are so big fighters, we have Karna is there, Dushasana is there, I am there, I am such a big, fighter, Kuru Sena is there. ऐसा, they are not prepared well. इसलिए हार गए. Right? So these 5 brothers, they went. Bhima and Arjuna, both of them they fought. Mostly Arjuna. Bhima was fighting with all the army. He was finishing them. And then Arjuna was fighting with Drupad Maharaj. Then he made him, उसको बांध लिया था, बंदी बना के. So Drupad Maharaj was saying, kill me, kill me. ऐसे नहीं, हमारे गुरु महाराज का ऑर्डर है बंदी बना के लेके आने के लिए. ये द्रोणाचार्य का ऑर्डर है, ये गुरु दक्षिणा है हमारा. So we cannot kill him. So Dronacharya, he was a very great personality, Mahatma. Prabhupada described him as Mahatma in first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But here it is written, all these great personalities, he was very much affected by Raga and Dvesha. Last Sunday I was giving class. You remember? What did I speak? Were there last Sunday? What did I speak?
Second chapter.
Yeah. Raga Dvesha Vimukta-istu Vishayan Indriyashchana Atmavashya Videyatma Prasadam Adhigacchati. Krishna is saying, become free from attraction, attachment and aversion. And then control your senses by following 4 regulative principles of freedom. then you will obtain my complete mercy. Right? How to obtain complete mercy of Krishna?
Following four regulative principles.
By following four regulative principles, control your senses and become free from Raga and Dvesha. So unfortunately, Dronacharya was not free from Raga and Dvesha. He was very much affected. So Arjuna brought Drupad Maharaj and threw him at the feet of Dronacharya. Right? So Dronacharya asked, "Ab kya chahte ho? You want to become equal with me? Now am I equal to you?" So Drupad Maharaj said, "What do you want?" He said, "Give me Adharajya so that we both will be equal. Because you promised that whatever I have, half of is yours. So I don't want you to become suffer from asatya dosha. So you give me to Aichatra Pradesh. Dronacharya became king. Aichatra Desh. He gave it to Ashwathama. Right? And then Drupad Maharaj took it Panchal Desh. Isko आधा हो गया. After that, Dronacharya forgot all the animosity and all. But Drupad Maharaj did not. Even though Arjuna fought with Drupad Maharaj and arrested him, Drupad Maharaj was very impressed with Arjuna. So handsome, such parakrami, such Dhanurdhari. Then he said, I should establish relationship with Arjuna. Arjuna should become my relative. How? And then he said, I should have a daughter to whom our Arjuna can marry, so that he will become my damad. Then I can be like a father to him. So even though Arjuna came and defeated him, Drupad Maharaj developed a great love for Arjuna. Right? Great love for Arjuna. So with that, later on it will come. The story how Draupadi and Drishtadyumna were born. It's a different episode I will tell at that time. But meanwhile, Yudhishthir was anointed as Yuvaraj. And around the age of 30, he was anointed as Yuvaraj. Right? Dhruti Stairya Sahishnutaatvat Anusamshayat Darjavat Mritya Namanu Kampartam Tathaiva Stira Sauhridat. Dhairyam, Stairyam, Sahanam, Daya, Nishkapatatvam, Sarvabhut ke prati Karuna. All these good qualities Yudhishthira had. What are they? So, Dhruti means determination. Determination, right? And then Stairyam means fixed. Then Sahishnuta, Sahanam. And then Daya, Nishkapatatvam. Nishkapatatvam means? Nishkapat means? Kapat means? मुंह में राम बगल में छुरी. हम सब ऐसे ही है. We are all having kapat, right? Kapata means one which destroys happiness. That is the definition of kapata. If you have kapat, you cannot be happy. So, but Yudhishthira Maharaj is Nishkapata. Then Sarvabhuta ke prati Karuna. This is narrow, like that. So Dharmaraj became so now the most Balavan, Balist, very strong person, Bhima. And Parakram is Arjuna. Niti, expert is Nakula. Right? And Yuddha Vidya Parangat, expert in warfield techniques, is Sahadev. What are they? Number one is Bala, Parakram, Niti, Yuddha Vidya Parangat. All of them worked under Dharma. Yudhishthira. They were all very obedient to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Sometimes Bhima was very frustrated. Very frustrated. But once he was very angry when he put Draupadi on bet. Bhimsen said, I wish I could break the hands of Yudhishthira, who put Draupadi on bet. He was very angry. Then Arjuna said, Bhim, control your anger. This is what our enemies desire. Fight amongst ourselves. So, for our life, Dharma is pradhana, Dharma is the main. Whatever qualities, whatever abilities we have, they should work under Dharma. Even though Duryodhan and all, they also have Parakram and Bala and all. But there is no Dharma. That's why ultimately they got destroyed. Next week we will study Kanika Niti. Even though, so Yudhishthira Maharaj, whatever kingdoms Pandu Maharaj could not conquer, these four brothers they went and conquered. And Bhima, Arjuna, Nakul, Sahadev. These four brothers conquered and brought everything and gave it to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Ekachatradipatyam. Ekachatradipatyam means they brought entire India, Bharat, under the control of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And then Yudhishthira Maharaj, as usual, he was very, very respectful to elders. That is our culture, We don't now so much. Prabhupada wanted that culture, respect elders and don't argue with elders. Follow the instructions and orders of the. Prabhupada wanted ISKCON to be like a military organization. Follow the orders of the superiors. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was giving everything like Pandu Maharaj to Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra, even though he was satisfied, the widespread fame of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he could not tolerate. Because all the praja, they fell in love with Yudhishthira Maharaj. Then they were demanding that Yudhishthira should become Chakravarti. They were demanding. Then, so Dhritarashtra became very envious. Duryodhana also became very envious. His heart started burning. He said, Papa, what to do? Neighbors said, Onida TV, they have. Owner's pride, neighbors envy. अभी भी आता है Onida TV? That was we had a Oneida TV in our house. Neighbors, huh?
It was a premium brand.
Yeah,
That time it was a premium.
yeah. Owner's pride and neighbors envy. Then संतूर साबुन अभी भी आता है संतूर साबुन हाँ? Once one man, he went to admit his son in the school, and one lady came and asked him, "Your brother, younger brother?" Then there is a comment, संतूर साबुन सिर्फ लेडीज के लिए नहीं, जेंट्स के लिए भी काम करता है. So though both of them became very envious. So envious snakes, then they made a plan. There is a Vidur Niti and Kanika Niti. So there is one rascal, he came, he gave Rajan, he spoke Rajniti, Kanika. And Vidur also spoke, Niti. That's called Vidur Niti. See, wonderful, the kind of advice Yudhishthira, this Dhritarashtra Maharaj got, nobody got in the entire universe. Yudhishthira, this Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, and Ravanasura. Yeah? It is said that, जिसको विनाश होना है, no advice will work. So under such circumstances, what we should do? Huh? What should we do?
Leave them.
Huh?
Leave them aside.
No, this is wrong. So according to Shastra, Mahabharat, that even if they don't want to hear, it is your duty to give advice. It's up to them whether they follow or not. As a dharmic person, it is your duty to speak about dharma. That's what Vidura has done. That's what Vibhishan has done. Right? Sometimes we get frustrated, no use giving you advice. But still we should give. Okay? So next week we will hear how, Lakshagrah Dahanam. Crooked plan of Duryodhana, and even though Dhritarashtra acted as if he did not know, but he knew. He knew. Chalo, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
हाँ